Hello, it's Samus899. Today I have a tutorial on no direction long jumps. Initially I was going to make one large video covering all advanced RTA movement, but I honestly think it's more appropriate to have multiple videos covering different advanced movements and strats for this game. So before I start, I want to give huge credit to Rupa for letting me use his gameplay. And also, this is my first time making a video like this. I know the audio is kinda jumpy and mismatched, but I hope this video is informative. So ultimately, no direction long jumps and other no direction tricks enable you to build more speed by releasing the D-pad or circle pad. There are variations to how long you release the D-pad or circle pad based off the differing statistics of the characters. First, we need to establish that the no direction trick is not effective, meaning that the D-pad should be held down entirely on the first long jump in a chain of consecutive long jumps, and on singular long jumps. However, there are a few exceptions that I'll get to later. The fun starts on the second long jump in a chain of consecutive long jumps. It is here that I must define what chain long jumps really are and how to effectively do them. It is important that the long jumps are chained, otherwise you will lose speed and the no direction trick will not be effective. I'll start here on the approach to the second long jump. There are 3 frames in which you can long jump and effectively chain your long jumps. These 3 frames can be defined as landing frames 1, 2, and 3. Right here is landing frame 1. You will notice that the character is slightly above the ground and there is no dust. This is the earliest frame you can press B and perform a long jump. Then 1 frame later, as seen here, is landing frame 2. Then finally, 1 frame after that is landing frame 3. So if the B button is pressed on any of these 3 frames, you will have performed an effective chained long jump. If you long jump on any frame later than landing frame 3, then your long jumps will not be chained, meaning that you have lost too much speed for the no direction trick to work properly. So next we come to releasing the D-pad. The D-pad can be released on any of the 3 landing frames. However, once the D-pad is released, you will then only have a 2 frame window to press B for your long jump before your speed goes to 0. So this means if you release the D-pad on landing frame 1, you can long jump on that frame or on landing frame 2, but by landing frame 3 you'll have lost all of your speed. Also keep in mind that if you release the D-pad on landing frame 3, you must also long jump on that same frame for the no direction trick to be effective. So now it's time to explain what the no direction trick is and how it works. So there are set maximum speed values for each of the characters for different movements. And here, you can see the maximum speed values for long jumps for each of the respective characters. Later, you'll see how these speed values will dictate how long the D-pad should be released. So these are the maximum speed values for normal long jumps. However, you can actually exceed these speed values when doing Y-run long jumps, which are done throughout the entirety of speedruns for this game. So starting from the second long jump in a chain of Y-run long jumps, your initial speed value will be 245,760. And as you can see, this value exceeds the value of normal long jump speed for all characters and is consistent with all characters. However, this initial starting speed of 245,760 only applies to long jumping on landing frame 1 and landing frame 2. There are some speed variations if you long jump on landing frame 3. So these are the speed values for doing a Y-run long jump on the 3rd landing frame. And as you can see, Mario's speed remains the same. The difference for Luigi and Yoshi's speed is basically negligible, but for Wario on the other hand, there is a considerable difference, and this difference must be accounted for when doing no direction long jumps with Wario. So since you exceed the maximum speed value for each Y-run long jump that you do, The game in response to this will decrease your speed during each long jump until you reach the normal maximum speed for long jumps. Now normally, your speed value would decrease at a rate of 6,144 per frame. So let's take Yoshi's Y-Run long jump for example. So here's the starting frame of the long jump, and as we already know, the initial starting speed will be 245,760, or slightly less if it's on the third frame. So let's say that this was a normal long jump, meaning that the deep head was not released, and therefore the speed would decrease at a rate of 6,144 per frame. So as we advance frame by frame, you'll see the speed in the right hand corner decrease by 6,144 until we hit Yoshi's normal maximum long jump speed. This occurs around 8 frames after the initial long jump, as seen here. After this, Yoshi's speed will remain constant at his normal long jump speed. And for every Y-Run long jump following this, the speed will go through the same process. But as stated, this is for normal Y-Run long jumps. For no direction Y-Run long jumps, the speed will decrease at a rate of 2,048 per frame. This is 1/3 of the rate for normal long jumps. This means that you'll have over the maximum speed for 3 times as long. So, to demonstrate, here we have the initial starting frame again for the long jump, and the D-pad should already be released. So now, as we advance frame by frame, you'll notice that the speed will decrease at a much slower rate, and after around 24 frames, Yoshi's speed reduces to his normal speed. Now this is the frame where you want to press the D-pad again. Then your speed will remain constant at around Yoshi's normal maximum long jump speed. If you press the D-pad later than this, then your speed will continue to decrease at a rate of 2,048 per frame, dropping below Yoshi's normal maximum speed, thereby losing time. So basically now you should see why the no direction trick saves time. It enables you to stay over the maximum speed for longer. Now it's time to look at some of the other characters' speeds again. As we can see, Luigi and Yoshi's speed are the same. This means that no direction long jumps work exactly the same with Luigi and Yoshi. So let's look at Mario. Since his normal maximum long jump speed is much closer to the Y-Run maximum long jump speed, so this means that Mario's initial Y-Run long jump speed will reduce to his normal maximum long jump speed much quicker when doing a no direction long jump. After only about 12 frames this will happen. Mario's speed will hit his normal maximum long jump speed, as opposed to 24 frames with Luigi or Yoshi. So the D-pad should be pressed here and for the remainder of the long jump. The 12th frame is around this frame or this frame, depending on which landing frame you long jumped on. So basically, no direction long jumps are the least effective with Mario. They save the least amount of time since Mario's normal maximum long jump speed is the closest to the Y-Run maximum long jump speed. Now let's take a look at Wario, whose normal maximum long jump speed is less of that than Luigi or Yoshi's. Since this is the case, this means that the D-pad should be released for longer, since it will take longer for Wario's speed to reduce to his normal long jump speed. Wario will hit his normal long jump speed after about 30 frames on a no direction long jump. Now interestingly, this frame is also the first landing frame on level ground, and this means that it would actually not be necessary to even press the D-pad at all after initially releasing it, meaning that you could theoretically do optimal no direction long jumps indefinitely with Wario on level ground without ever pressing the D-pad again after the first long jump. When long jumping down a decline though, it would be necessary to press the D-pad again after 30 frames late in the long jump, so that Wario's speed would not drop below his normal maximum long jump speed. However, one thing we also must reconsider with Wario is his considerable drop in speed when long jumping on the third landing frame. If you long jumped on the third landing frame, it would not be optimal to release the D-pad for the entire long jump, and instead you would want to press the D-pad again on around the 21st frame after long jumping. So that's going to be it for this video. I definitely plan to make more videos like this, as well as improve the format and quality of them. But anyways, let me know what you think of this video, and feel free to ask questions.